MisuZulu kaZwelithini says he has no knowledge of the current engagement being launched by the Ingonyama Trust board. The board was meant to launch its first ever participatory platform, the traditional Council Strategic Engagement Forum. But the launch is yet to take place after several challenges. Newzroom Afrika Silethiwe Ndlovu at the Durban ICC joins us now with more on the. Silethiwe, good afternoon to you. The program is supposed to be underway by now. It hasn't started. What's going on?
Well, Stephen, as you've rightfully indicated, the engagement forum has not been launched. And one of the reasons why the engagement forum is yet to be launched is because the AmaZulu King, who is the sole trustee of the ITB, states that he is not aware of the engagement that is taking place here today. He also states that he has not blessed the engagement. And during the engagement, we've heard a number of Amakosi. You remember there's a few or a number of Izinduna, Amakosi and government officials that are gathered here. But we've heard from a number of Amakosi who states that they also do not want to continue with the engagement if the AmaZulu King has not blessed the engagement. I'm going to bring in now the newly appointed traditional Prime Minister of the Zulu Kingdom to speak to us now. Thank you very much for your time. I want to start off by speaking about the sentiments that have been shared by the King. He states that he has no knowledge of the forum that is yet to be launched.
Well, certainly, because ever since this board of Ingonyama Trust was established and constituted in 2023 by the then Minister Togo Titeza, His Majesty has made it clear that he was never part of the consultation process. Amakosi who are here in their numbers today, all 283 Amakosi, were never consulted. And therefore, from day one, this board has never enjoyed the confidence of Amakosi of the province. And therefore, the King was perturbed when he heard that there's such a huge 3-day strategic session of Ingonyama Trust Board, where he, as the chairperson of the board and sole trustee, was never consulted about its agenda. And therefore the meeting has collapsed now because Amakosi have made it clear that they cannot proceed in the absence of His Majesty the King's blessings, particularly because we see even the Ingonyama Trust Board itself is divided. But what is most alarming is that even the Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development, Minister Mzwanele Nyonso, he himself is not aware of this meeting, and he is the minister who has political oversight over Ingonyama Trust Board.
And you mentioned the Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development. I want to go into the contents of the letter that you read out from the minister. Just take us through that letter. Of course, he states that he's considering placing the board members on special leave during an investigation. What is the basis of that investigation?
Well, it gives us confidence that Minister Nyonso is taking the concerns of Amakosi seriously. And during the meeting, a letter was read from the minister to His Majesty, the King, where the minister has communicated that he has taken a decision to launch an investigation to be headed by Advocate Marumo Mwerane SC into the activities of Ingonyama Trust Board, where His Majesty for the past 3 years has been raising an alarm about the activities of the board. And therefore, we hope that that process really will bear fruit and give us the true picture of what has been happening.
Safe to say the sole trustee of the ITB, the AmaZulu King, and the board at this point are still not seeing eye to eye?
Well, His Majesty and Amakosi are singing from the same hymn sheet. They are the custodians of the land, and their duty is to ensure that the land benefits the beneficiaries. And therefore, if Ingonyama Trust Board does not recognize that authority, then what happens is what we have seen today, where Amakosi say they cannot participate where the king's image and the king's dignity is being insulted.
Traditional Prime Minister, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. That's the newly appointed Traditional Prime Minister, Reverend Silethiwe Ndlovu of the Zulu Kingdom. As we heard from that conversation, Stephen, the engagement or the forum is yet to be launched, and this is now after the AmaZulu King states that he is not aware of the engagement taking place here today. Amakhosi that are also present here state that they will not be continuing with the engagement, seeing that the AmaZulu King has not blessed the meeting. The people that have been sent by the King have stated that they will also not be returning after the lunch break. We are yet to get a way forward from the Ingonyama Trust Board in terms of whether the engagement is going to continue. As you will remember, Stephen, this is meant to be a 3-day engagement forum.
Silethiwe, thank you very much indeed. Silethiwe Ndlovu there, of course, on station for you in eThekwini. Well,